Is it good to have political competition? Elections are thus all about the political competition. This competition takes various forms. The most obvious form is competition among the political parties. At the constituency level, it takes the form of competition among several candidates. If there is no competition, election will become pointless. But it is good to have political competition. Clearly, an electoral competition has many demerits. It creates a sense of disunity and factionalism. Is very in every locality. You would have heard of people complaining of party politics in your locality. Different political parties and leaders often level allegations. Leaders often level allegations against one another. Parties and the candidates often use dirty tricks to win election. Some people say that this pressure to win electoral fights does not allow sensible long-term policies to be formulated. Some good people who may wish to serve the country do not enter this arena. They do not like the idea of being dragged into unhealthy competitions. Our constitution makers were aware of this problem, yet they opted for free competitions in election as the way to select our future leaders. They did so because this system works better in the long run. In an ideal world, all political leaders know what is good for the people and are motivated only by the desire to serve them. Political competitions is not necessary in such an ideal world, but that is not what happen in real life. Political leaders all over the world, like all other professionals, are motivated by desire to advance their political careers. They want to remain in the power or get power and positions for themselves. They may wish to serve the people as well, but it is risky to depend entirely on their sense of duty. Besides, even when they wish to serve the people, they may not know what is required to do so, or their ideas may not match what the people really want. How do we deal with the real life situations? One way is to try and improve the knowledge and character of the political leaders. The other, that are a more realistic way, is to set up a system where the political leaders are rewarded for serving the people and punished for not doing so. Who decide this reward and punishment? The simple answer is the people. This is what electoral competition does. Regular election competitions provides incentives to the political parties and leaders. They know what if they raise issues that people raise. Their popularity and chance of victory will increase in the next election. But if they fail to satisfy the voters with their work, they will not be able to win again. So, if the political parties is motivated only by desire to be in power, even then it will be formed to serve the people. This is a bit like the way market works. Even if the shopkeeper is interested only in his profit, he is forced to give good service to the customers. If he does not, the customers will not go to the some other will go to other some shops. Similarly, the political competition may causes divisions and some ugliness, but if finally helps to force the political parties and leaders to serve the people. Next comes, what is our system of election? In India, how we are conducting election? Can we say that Indian elections are democratic? To answer this question, let us look at how elections are held in India. Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha, means assembly elections, are held regularly after every 5 years. After 5 years, the term of all the elected representatives comes to an end. The Lok Sabha or the Vidhan Sabha stands dissolved. Elections are held all the constituencies at the same time either on the same day or within few days. This is called general election. Please underline what is general election. Sometimes elections is held only for a few one in constituency to fill the vacancy caused by death or resignation of the members. This is called, please underline what is by election. And electoral constituencies. You read about the people of the Haryana electing 90 MLAs. You may have wondered how they did that. Did every person in Haryana vote for all 90 MLAs? You perhaps know that it is not in the case. We know, we already studied in 8th standard. In our country, we follow an area-based system of representation. The country is divided into different areas for purpose of election, and these areas are called electoral constituencies. Please underline what is electoral constituency. The voters who live in an area elect one representative. For Lok Sabha elections, the country is divided into 543 constituencies. Please underline that one also. The representatives elected from each constituency called Member of Parliament or MP. For Lok Sabha, if the elected representative is called Member of Parliament, and if it is for State Assembly, we will call them MLA. One of the features of the democratic election is that every vote should have equal value. That is why our constitution requires that each constituency should have a roughly equal population living within it. That's why we can see they are making changes in the constituency in maximum elections. Similarly, each state is divided into a specific number of assembly constituencies. In this case, the elected representatives is called members of Legislative Assembly or MLA. Each parliamentary constituency has within its several assembly constituencies. The same principle applied for the panchayat and municipal election. Each village or town is divided into several wards that are like constituencies. Each ward elects one member of the village or the urban local body. Sometimes these constituencies are counted as seats for each constituency represents one seat in the assembly. When we say the Lok Dal won 60 seats in Haryana, it means all the candidate of the Lok Dal won 60 assembly constituencies in the state. Thus, Lok Dal had 60 MLAs in the state. Then comes the reserved seats. Reserved constituencies, our constitution entitles every citizen to elect her or his representatives and to be elected as the representative. The constitution makers, however, were worried that an open electoral competition, certain weaker sections may not stand a good chance to get elected to the Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. They may not have the required resources, education and conduct to conduct election and win election against others. Those who are influential and resourceful may prevent them from winning election. This, if that happens, our parliament and assemblies would have been deprived of the voice of the significant sections of our population. That would make our democracy less representative and less democratic. So the makers of our constitution thought of the special system of reserved constituencies for weaker sections. Some constituencies are reserved for the people who belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. In a scheduled caste reserved constituencies also, someone who belong to the scheduled caste can stand for election. Similarly, only those who belonging to scheduled tribes can conduct election from the constituency reserved for scheduled tribe. Currently in Lok Sabha, 84 seats are reserved for scheduled caste and 47 for scheduled tribe. Please underline. 84 for scheduled caste and 47 for scheduled tribes. This number is in the proportion to their share in the total population. Thus, the reserved seats for SC and ST do not take away the legitimate share of the other social groups. This system of reservation was extended later to the weaker sections at the district and local level. In many states, seats in rural panchayat and the urban means the municipalities and municipal corporations, local bodies are now reserved for other backward classes as well. However, the proportion of seats reserved varies from state to state. Similarly, 1/3 of seats are reserved in the rural and urban local bodies for women candidates. So we can see that the reserved seats for MLA and MP election, that is for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Then in the local bodies we can see the seats kept for OBC also as well as for ladies also. Then voters list. Okay, that we will continue in next video.